Hey everyone, this is Ario, and today I'm going to be bringing you an engineer build. It is called the Leeching Condition Engineer, and it's a build that revolves around using Lifesteal while being really tanky and dealing high condition damage in order to dispatch your foes. It's got the ability to probably outnumbered fight pretty well. As you can see, I've got some food buffs on, so the stats will be a little bit different once those wear off, but it'll remain fairly the same. It's going to be using leeching and scavenging to achieve a very high lifesteal rate, giving you heavy sustain throughout a fight, in addition to Elixir Gun's number 5 skill, which also provides a lot of healing and an extra condi clear. So, you've also got a lot of defense coming from the shield, as you have your stuns, your blocks, your knockbacks. Your traits are going to be using Accelerant Pack Turrets, Incendiary Powder, and Grenadier, along with Power Shoes for mobility, and Protective Shield in order to kind of last against those really quick bursty classes. You're also going to be using Blood Injection to give you a very high condition damage, and this stacks really well with the number 6 on the Scavenging rune, which ends up in total converting 14% of your Vitality stat into extra condition damage. And then you're going to use Backpack Regenerator to give you a little bit extra sustain throughout the fight, because you're going to be running a 3-kit build. With Elixir Gun, also using the number 5 will give you some extra regen, so all 3 of those regeneration sources will combine to give you very, very strong regeneration and sustain throughout the fight. As you can see, now that the food buffs are off, those stats are a bit more accurate. So, with the pistol, grenades, bombs, and Elixir Gun, you can also switch out the bombs for toolkit, but that's just for preference and situation. I tend to use the bombs a bit more, especially in PvP because you get point coverage. But all this allows you to do is, as you can see, it'll allow you to keep a very heavy, consistent condition burst on pretty much anything that you're fighting. It allows you to keep up permanent burning and poison due to the amount of poison uptime you get from your weapon and kit skills, on top of the burning that can come from the bombs and your incendiary powder elite skill. Not elite skill, trait, I'm sorry. But this overall gives you a lot of sustain throughout the fight. If you're looking at my health right now, you'll see it's not really going that low, and when it does, I'll have a healing turret up, I'll have the Elixir Gun, I have plenty of ways to heal up, because then, bam, I'm back up to full and I was below half health. So it's got a lot of healing, which is going to provide a lot of sustain. Throughout a fight, you'll be able to run around from fight to fight and have very little trouble staying in there. Your elite skill is going to be your supply crate, so you get a little extra healing from that, you get some good crowd control. And the rabbit is going to be able to proc your incendiary powder. Now, in World v World, you'll be able to... I'm sorry, I got a little off track. I was showing in the video the different burning sources. Now, when you're using bombs, you're going to want to take the forceful explosives to give you the bigger radius for your bombs, so you can have full point control and a little extra range on where your bombs are hitting. And then with your toolkit, if you decide to run that instead of bombs, then you can use Accelerant Pack Turrets in order to get a little extra crowd control with your healing turret. So, I'll be demonstrating in the video here how the heavy condition application of this build basically just allows you to stay on the offensive the entire time. Sorry about the MOA there, that stupid Mesmer is kind of annoying. But the principle remains the same. You know, you see I'm instantly going to be able to heal back up to full if I take any damage, just because of the amount of sustain I have packed onto this build, along with the excessive condition application. Gives you extreme body cleave, especially in team fights, so it's very good for team fighting. You can fight 1v1 with it and hold your own, and in some cases you can fight outnumbered if you get really good with using this. So, the toolkit, the only reason I would really enjoy having that would be for the extra block that you get there, and then you get crowd control with your magnet and confusion with the pry bar, which I'm demonstrating right now. It allows you to stack up to 7 confusion stacks right away to basically open with a very heavy opening on anybody that you decide to attack. So in World v World, you can switch out your bombs and your toolkit depending on your preferences. I personally, as I've said before, very much enjoy using the bombs, but that's just me. So you're going to be running a dire rabid mix. I should be showing my gear here in a second, but if I don't, then I'm just going to tell you what it is. You're going to be running with rabid armor and weapons using the, oh there it is, using the dire rabid trinkets that you can get from ascended vendors, which will add up to give you a pretty solid crit chance. It's not going to be a lot, but it should be enough to keep your burning on whenever it has the availability to proc, along with the extra stats from the dire giving you a little more tankiness and staying power when you're in a fight. And your traits, I've already said you can switch out the 2 variations with the bombs and the toolkit. And that's the Leeching Condition Engineer. So some of the combos available with this build are running Regenerating Mist and the shield number 4. What that allows you to do is blast for some healing. You can also use the elixir gun number 4, as I just did there, to give you an extra injection of health. All that together easily should give you 2,000 health. You can also use the bomb kit's smoke field to blast area stealth. Especially if you're in a team fight, you can open up by using stealth. Yushis gives very good demonstrations of that. Using the elixir gun, as you just saw there, you can pop extra heals on your healing turret, giving you, again, the ability to go to full health.